guard the good deposit that was entrusted to you. Guard it with the help of the Holy Spirit. Maybe, are we good? We got levels. Hey, let's get together sometime. Hey, why don't you come over to New York and visit? Hope you're enjoying my view right outside here. It's the Hudson River. It's a lovely night. You must be used to me by now. I love to sing. I got a song in my heart all the time. Did you know that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine? If you go to my church and visit me in New York City and hear me, you're going to hear me sing. I can't help it. Come to my house in the morning, you're going to hear me singing. When I was waking up in Cottage Grove, Minnesota, my mother used to come down and wake me up every morning with a song. Oh, the red, red robin, go bob, bob, bob. And I love it. I love it. And every morning we're on a prayer call and we pray for you. And when we're on that prayer call, we are singing and we are praising and we are interceding. Yes, the groups that I hang out with, they actually pray in the Spirit, pray in tongues. It's very powerful. It's very exciting. But today we're going to work on some tools for you. We've been working on a series, and if you haven't been with us as part of this series, go back to the website, call the office, find out where to get the preceding messages so that you can build with us and catch up. But I'll try to teach some things today that you can use today, that you can use this afternoon or tonight whenever you're watching this show. But you want to take these things down and you want to begin to do things. We're working on time management, but it's not the way you would think of. It's not traditional. It's not the management of writing things down, little tools. It's more coming from a perspective of life management, making sure that you reach your real life goals and rather than just your money goals or your work goals. And some of you are going, what do you mean? Life goals are money goals. Life goals are work goals. Well, I'd like you to work a little harder on your personal identity and find out that you're a lot bigger than just your job. You're a lot bigger than just your work schedule, and you are a lot more than just your money. So today we're going to work on something, a tool or a mindset called the organization trap, and we're going to work through some things. First thing is, remember, we're not managing time, we're managing our behaviors or we're managing our tasks. Now, we want to begin to build a dam, I'm picking up my notes here, to slow the pace of life down that's coming at you. You want to be in control of the pace of your life. You don't want other people setting the pace for you. So the way that you do that is as things come at you, create an accumulation pool. Let things come. Don't just react to the first things that come, but by proactively budgeting, this is the way I teach it, on Sunday night, determine what your week's going to look like. Decide how much money you're going to spend and decide what you're going to do that week. And no matter what comes up that week, put it off till the next week if you can. I mean, if somebody gets hurt and you've got to do something, then put it off to the next week. Like, I'll sit down with my wife and daughter and we'll talk about what they need from me. I'll talk about what I need from them. And then when something comes up, I throw it into what we call the accumulation hopper, because I've taken this course. We call it the accumulation hopper, so that we can then look at that and maybe prioritize it for the next week, because we want to make sure that we're collecting a lot of stuff. And you know what happens in that hopper is we determine a lot of stuff that we would have normally reacted to and wasted time on as unnecessary, that we don't need to do it the next week. So it's important that we can block all unnecessary tasks by using the accumulation hopper that comes to us. So determine what you're going to do this week. You know, wait till Sunday night, sit down, get slow, and then proactively think about what your week's going to look like. Many of us, we work 9 to 5 days. We got very busy days, and that time is pretty non-negotiable. We owe that to our employer, and so we got to go and we got to make sure that happens. But the rest of our time is not. And when that's true, or maybe we even have some time in there, now you should give everything to your employer during those 8 hours or 8.5 or 9 hours or 10 hours. But over and above that, that time is yours. What you listen to in the car, on your way to and from work, what you listen to in the subway, what you're reading, all that stuff. Make sure that you're doing what is taking you towards your life goals as well as your work goals. Make sure your work goals are a subset of your life goals. So we're teaching you how to avoid, getting the reaction stuff coming right at you. Keep in mind now, admission. Differentiate between necessary and productive tasks. Actually, looking at what is what I have to do, and how do I make that productive, and do that. The way that we do that, again, a tool is just begin to take a 2-week or a 4-week survey of how you spend your time. If you get up in the morning during the week, and also pay attention to what happens to your sleep schedule and different things like that, because the more consistent that you are, the more consistent you are with your time, the healthier you're going to be, and the more productive you're going to be, just on a physical basis, because your body's going to develop a rhythm that's very, very productive. So you want to be going to sleep at the same time and getting up at the same time, and you want to get 8 hours of sleep. So you want to go to bed 10, get up at 6, go to bed 11, get up at 7, go to bed at 9, get up at 5, whatever you like, but make it consistent on a daily basis so that you can do that. And then start to see how you spend your time, and then begin to mark it down. Just keep a calendar. If you're getting up at 7 in the morning, what do you do between 7 and 7:30? Is that necessary, productive? Or you're making your coffee, you're brushing your teeth. All those things sound necessary to you. You're taking a shower, getting dressed, and you're out the door. 7:30, you're out the door, and you're on your way to work. You got to commute, you're going to go to work, necessary things. Now you're getting to work, maybe you're getting another cup of coffee before you go into the office, before you do something, and you're stopping someplace. All these different things. Determine whether they're necessary or productive, and you got to start moving the tasks on your page from just unnecessary into necessary, because you want to erase all the unnecessary ones. The necessary ones you want to start making productive on a regular basis. Action that you want to make, we've talked about accumulation, what you admitted to your life. Now we want to talk about prioritizing productive tasks. Make sure that we are paying a lot of attention to what makes the bacon for us, for what brings home the bacon. We want to do the productive things primarily. We want to put those at the top. Okay? Let's begin to assess here a little bit. Okay? Remember not to give, at work, don't give your phone number to everybody, because you don't want people calling you all the time. You don't want to live a reactionary life. You want to live a life where you're calling everybody, where you're proactive as much as possible. So don't give your personal phone number to just anybody. As a pastor, my gosh, I got to tell you, that is like a number one rule, and sometimes I break it because people are in such dire straits, but that starts to get me into a place where I'm always reacting to everybody else's situation. And don't give your work phone number to your friends. Follow me here. Give your personal number to your personal friends, and don't give anybody at work your personal number. Okay? Don't give your work number to your friends. When you're at work, you're not supposed to be taking calls from your friends. And just put your cell phone over on the side and put it on silent and collect those messages at the end of the day. Turn off your instant message and email alert functions on your work computer. Don't be doing AIM and watching your emails come up all day when you're supposed to be doing things for your boss. Follow me? Trying to help you get organized here. Don't answer the phone unless it's someone you are expecting. Let people that are calling you, that are initiating things, go to voicemail, and then you can call them back when it makes sense for you to call you back. And don't check your personal email during work hours. Follow me? I'll give you a lot of rules here. You want me to repeat those? I think you do. Don't give your work number to friends. Don't give your personal number to working associates, clients, and those things. You got to keep those lives separate. Turn off your instant message and your email alert functions on your work computer. I was writing a pretty serious academic piece, and I didn't know how to turn off that little thing that would keep flashing up in the lower right-hand corner of my computer, telling me I had a new email, and it would give me enough of the message to make me want to stop my train of thought. And here I am, reading some pretty heavy psychology and some pretty heavy science, and I'm constantly getting interrupted in my thoughts. I couldn't even finish a thought until I asked my daughter how to turn that thing off. You got to turn that thing off. Don't answer the phone unless it's someone you're expecting, and don't check your personal email during work hours. Well, we're going to get into the next trap, which is really the trap of learning how to say no. And we're going to get into that in the next session. We're also going to move into some of the attitudes about controlling our lives that we want to lose in the next 10 minutes. So pay attention to all of the different announcements that are going to come up. Pay attention to the different products that we're offering, because we're trying to build teams here. We're trying to help you to build your future, to build your success. So we want you to stay with us and get on those things. So we're going to move into the yes trap, the control trap, and then after that, to close up, some more of that. So stay with us.